to say my passion for water comes from a long line of drinking water, realistically. I would say that's a huge staple in our household, drinking water, collecting water for gardens, whether it be for growing crops, plants, and the quality of that water. The quality that is the most important part.
I grew up from when I was born at a cottage, and fresh water was something I just took for granted. And now that we're campers and we use the water for recreation, for drinking. And so one of the things through my camping experience is I learned the importance of the water quality.
I think my interest in water is probably similar to Jonathan, going back to when I was a kid, but I really got interested when I went to university and I studied hydrogeology and environmental science.
It was exciting to attend the finals in Toronto way back, I forget, before COVID. And I thought, well, that was impressive. I was really impressed with the finalist pitches on the type of solutions they were looking at. And then when I got involved with using the AquaHack Ranger kit, the Water Ranger kit, who were the first finalists, the winners, back in 2015. And I just saw that it was something that the students like to use. And since I've retired, I'm using these events like the challenge and a hackathon to mentor students and to get them outdoors.
What we believe is innovative about the solution is how we're approaching it. We are looking at using modern technologies like blockchain, the IoT, like the Internet of Things, and using a mesh network of sensors to create almost like a technological living organism that will read the surroundings and the environment and give us feedback on the stormwater infrastructure.
I think one of the biggest highlights so far has just been the support from the entire AquaHack program, like all of the support we received and all of the ideas and connections that we've made.
The biggest challenge I've come across so far is the challenge of trying to come up with a business case for our solution. You need a lot of green infrastructure to be able to mitigate the impact of climate change on the stormwater systems. And to do that, you need to stack what are called the co-benefits. So when you're looking at your building, the co-benefits of putting solar on it, it's straightforward. But if you're looking at putting in a water cistern or a permeable pavement on your driveway or a blue-green roof or a rain garden, that's more difficult because there isn't as much data or standards for measuring that you have for buildings, right? So we want to look at combining both the built and the natural infrastructure in our solution, but we're focusing mostly on the natural for this challenge.
Or one of the biggest highlights I've had in the journey so far I've seen is my observations pretty much of just how the cities do all this. I was not aware of how much was actually done. So seeing those was kind of seeing how they respond and build their current systems was a very big, I think, highlight in how they manage the overrun in water. Originally where I'm from in Ontario, that was never an issue. Out here on the East Coast, it's a very big issue.
There's a few things to consider. First, some of the challenges that we're going to face. I think clearly one of the biggest ones is climate change overall. Not only is climate going to change issues around water supply, water security, as well as flooding due to water, it's also going to change the nature of some of those problems. So as the change happens, we're going to have to deal with things that we hadn't anticipated in the past.
My advice is start young, because the sooner you begin to take your learning out of the classroom and into the natural environment in the community you live, the sooner you're going to be able to come up with solutions that will have an impact at the local level, and then will scale up across other jurisdictions.